Well, I don't know. Don't be a sucker, chum. The next
video.
The snap.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Oh, damn. The next
video
is...
Let's go!
Like my Gucci shades, my Ben 10 watch, 57 karat gold chain. Got this ice straight from the depths of Uranus.
Gosh, ain't I repulsive?
You want context? Go watch the last video. It was my first. So, like many firsts in life, I will come to regret it. Speaking of firsts, do you remember the first TV show you ever watched, like, religiously? No, I'm not talking about Joel Osteen on Sunday morning with your grandma, religious. Or judge shows on the U all day with your grandma since she only has one TV with cable, religious. I mean, it was most likely a cartoon, right? So lately, I've been watching old cartoons nonstop on a certain streaming service. That's what I do when I hit rock bottom, along with making YouTube videos. I'll watch shows I can turn my brain off to. Shows like Family Guy, South Park, SpongeBob, and here recently, Tom and Jerry and Looney Tunes. I'm having a Mandela effect. Is it spelled tune like T-O-O-N or T-U-N-E-S? I would think it'd be T-O-O because tunes and then tunes like music. I feel both is wrong. Anyway, those two shows I mentioned are special. Pioneers of a genre, a culture, a generation. But only one of the two are relevant to this video. Obviously, Tom and Jerry will get their own video eventually. Today we're gonna analyze one character from Looney Tunes universe, Daffy Duck. Why am I doing this, you might ask? Short answer, no reason. Long answer, because it's evident we don't pick up on a lot when we're kids. It's just interesting when you do as an adult. Like, you might just be thinking now, like, oh, he was a funny character. He was there. Space Jam. No, it's way deeper than that. First appearance. He first appeared in the short Porky's Duck Hunt, and what an appearance it was in the version I watched. Porky's out hunting, stuttering like an AK-47 in a massage chair. He notices something just ain't right, but he can never figure it out since he can't get a full sentence out, let alone a thought. So he pokes around in the reeds and gets bit out of nowhere in the face by a duck. Understandably pissed off, he immediately shoots the duck out of the sky as it flies away.
There we go. There we go. Got his ass.
But little did he know, this is no ordinary duck. So Porky sends his dog, whose name is Slim Jim, out to get the body. Let's just say the duck snapped into Slim Jim and threw his ass right back out of the water. To which Porky replies,
Hey, that wasn't in the script.
From this first encounter, we could see that this duck does not give a fuck. On a fourth dimensional scale, remember that. Now I'd love to go over the rest of this short, but that's not why we're here. I want to explain on a deeper level who and what Daffy Duck is. The short's on YouTube, it's funny as hell, just go watch it. Now, from this episode alone, we come to one conclusion. This duck is insane. And that's just the first of many diagnoses in this video, so I'll keep a list as we go. In his early appearances, this insanity was much more innocent. Through this video, you're gonna find that later on down the line, they get more and more despicable. The hospital incident. Now, without wasting any time, in another early appearance, he shows one of his reoccurring psychopathic tendencies. I think this incident is integral to learning who Daffy Duck is, since down the line, some of his antics play out somewhat similar. So in this, he's essentially a doctor, or a quack, working for another quack. In the beginning of the episode, he gets thrown out of this surgery that's on display for some reason, for, well, being himself. So he so desperately needs a patient, for reasons that only make sense to him, and spots Porky. Porky's walking by, minding his own business, when Daffy gives him some of that good old Toon Force anesthetic, and kidnaps him. Now we're about to see just how disturbed this individual is. Porky wakes up in a hospital bed, getting a physical with a plunger, getting his temperature taken by a lollipop. Thank God. He insists he's fine, but the doctor has other plans. He goes over to the other side of the bed and calls a consultation.
Guess I'll have to call a consultation.
He does this by taking some of that Toon Force anesthetic. This singular event has brought me to the conclusion that whatever Daffy Duck is suffering from, definitely caused by a head injury. Not writing, head injury. This is evident because soon as he does this, he experiences for a very brief period dissociative identity disorder, or maybe a covert version of it.
Well, what do you suggest we do about it, Doctor?
I imagine an operation would be in line.
Oh, yes, that's the only thing we can do. We have to solve it.
Yes, an operation would be.
Yes.
Okay, well,
Then it's agreed.
okay.
So they end up deciding Porky needs surgery, and chaos ensues from there. It's on HBO Max. Watch the rest. Now, from this singular event, we can add to the list that he's a psychopath as well. But more importantly, this is how Daffy Duck operates. Just keep that in mind. Rabbit fire. In this one, Daffy got shot more times than 50 Cent. And like 50 Cent, he survived due to the power of Toon Force. Now, here we can explore one of his other traits. He's not very smart, or so we think. We pick up with cartoon Jeff Bezos hunting, and I quote, wabbits. Now Daffy, with zero regard for anyone's life, leads Jeff Bezos to Bugs Bunny's rabbit hole and tells him a friend is there to see him. This is so unnecessary since Mr. Bezos basically said he was hunting wabbits specifically. This is just murderous behavior at this point. And this is his explanation.
Survival of the fittest. And besides, it's fun.
Now, soon as Bugs pops his head out, he almost gets prime shipping directly to heaven by Jeff.
What's up, Jack?
Then we get one of the most iconic back and forths in cinematic history.
Wabbit season! Duck season! Wabbit season! Duck season! Wabbit season! Wabbit season! Duck season! Wabbit season! I say it's duck season, and I say fire!
Like I said, not very smart, or so we think. It goes on like this for the rest of the episode until they eventually find out it is actually peak season at Amazon, and they go after Jeff.
Uh-oh.
So now we can add incompetent to the list. Well, seemingly. Duck Dodgers. All I want to say is this show had the most fire intro in TV history.
Survive. Duck Dodgers of the 24th and 1/2 century. Protecting the powerless and the weak. Duck Dodgers, he's fighting.
And the Martian Queen was bad. That's all. He remained pretty much the same. It's not on HBO Max for some reason, and I'm not gonna buy the 2 seasons just for this video. That might fade into obscurity like the last one. The Looney Tunes show. I fucking love this show. 11 out of 10 for me. The show puts the characters in like a grounded, familiar, real world setting. It wasn't a show that talked down to you like other kids shows do. I feel like it's underrated. I don't know, nobody talks to me, but I feel like it's underrated. Actually, sitting down and watching it, that's what inspired me to make this video. I believe this show gives the deepest look ever into Daffy Duck. Now, when I first sat down to watch this show, I came to one conclusion about Daffy Duck. This guy is a dick. Now when I watch it, I come to the conclusion that he has everything in the book. Bugs Bunny even laid it out for us.
Do not patronize me! If there is something wrong with me that I don't know about, then you owe it to me as my best friend to tell me! All right. You're a narcissist? You're a sociopath? You're probably a psychopath. You're paranoid, sexist, and you make fun of the elderly. Those are just quirks!
Remember the hospital incident? Well, everything he does in the show, that's kind of how he operates. In the show, he's just an idiot mooching off of Bugs with no job or no money, and Bugs enables him, right? But that's only on the surface. I think he's a genius personally, and everything he does, he is aware of it. I mean, he can't even read half the time, but listen to his vocabulary.
So what you're saying is, I'm enabling you. You're not enabling me. You're simply shielding me from the consequences of my own self-destructive behavior.
He's probably the most successful person in the show. He's been a professor, a CEO, a security guard, an inventor, an actor, has a girlfriend with a Jersey Italian accent. Yes, all of which were acquired with the worst of means, but acquired nonetheless. Daffy Duck is no dummy. He simply lives as he pleases. Insane? Yes. Narcissist? Yes. Psychopath? Yes. Sociopath? Yes. Manipulator? Definitely. And so, my dear viewer, that is Daffy Duck. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Go watch the last video. Subscribe. Oh, I said I wasn't gonna ask. Never mind. Do what you want.